everyone. We are discussing about the Module 4, Rizal's life and the controversies surrounding his final years. By the way, my name is Julian Baron.
I'm Kate Calabacial.
My name is Rex Bautista Jr. and we are the group of Baboy Ramo.
And we will discussing first is reunited family in Hong Kong. Jose Rizal relocated to Hong Kong in November 1891, where his family later joined him. Supported by Filipino contributions, they settled in Red Naxalia Terrace. Rizal practiced medicine, aided by fellow Masons, and cultivated friendships with influential figures like William Pryor and Robert Smith. Basa introduced him to a circle of friends, expanding his social network and patient base. Despite warnings from Blumentritt about revolutionary agitation, Rizal remained committed to advocating for reforms. Influenced by Governor Despojol's reforms in the Philippines, Rizal decided to return home in May 1892 to establish the Liga Filipina and advance his Borneo project. On March 11, 1892, Rizal received the duplicate copy of his allowed him to practice his medical profession in Hong Kong. Rizal's medical practice was aided by his fellow Masons. In Hong Kong, Jose Mabasa introduced Jose Rizal to a circle of friends, Dr. Marquez. On June 21, 1892, Lucia and Jose Rizal departed Hong Kong for Manila aboard. June 21, 1892, Lucia and Jose Rizal departed Hong Kong for Manila aboard. Simultaneously, a secret case was filed against Rizal in Manila for his anti-religious and anti-government activities. Upon arrival, Rizal toured several towns advocating for Filipinos to join La Liga. He formally organized the League on July 3, 1892, after receiving favorable responses. Despite meeting with the Governor-General multiple times and securing a pardon for his family, Rizal faced opposition regarding his Borneo project. Summoned to Malacañang Palace on July 6, 1892, he was charged with bringing satirical leaflets from Hong Kong and was subsequently arrested and detained in Fort Santiago. The news of his arrest sparked outrage among Filipinos, particularly Liga Filipina members. Rizal was treated with some civility during his detention, with access to books and well-served meals. Governor-General Eulogio Despojol deported Rizal on July 14, 1892. To prevent any assassination attempts by the friars, Pablo Pastels, a Jesuit superior, suggested Dapitan as the place of exile, hoping to bring Rizal back to the Catholic faith. Rizal deportation was prompted by discovery of incendiary leaflets and his dedication of El Filibusterismo to executed priest. In Dapitan, he lived with Governor Ricardo Carnicero for about a year with a warm relationship and was allowed freedom to move around, reporting weekly to Carnicero's office. That's all. Next is
Rizal's trial by Consejo de la Guerra. On September 3, 1896, Jose Rizal left for Barcelona. After he came in Barcelona, he was brought back to Manila to question him regarding his knowledge ug iyang pag-participate sa revolution. On October 29, 1896, he arrived in Singapore. Rizal was detained on orders of Spanish government. Rizal's lawyers were Rodick and Davidson. Rizal arrived in Manila on November 26, was taken custody at the Fort Santiago. The Spanish were able to get evidence against Rizal, and also Pasiano, Rizal's brother, was tortured. November 20, 1896, the the judge advocate Francisco Olive E. Garcia. On November 21, 1896, the second day of his preliminary investigation, he denied knowing Andres Bonifacio. Murag dirian na time is mag-accuse na si Rizal og death. Murag na siya. Dominguez's report was given to Don Nicolas de la Peña, Judge Advocate of General for opinion. Rizal should be kept in prison, and an order of attachment against his property for the amount of 1 million pesos. On December 10, 1896, the judicial authorities' case be heard by the court-martial. Jose Rizal was accused of 3 crimes, namely rebellion, sedition, and illegal association. On December 26, 1896, the Consejo de la Guerra tried Jose Rizal. In the afternoon of December 26, 1896, in the Cuartel de España, the court found Rizal guilty as charged through strong circumstantial evidence. Magdirian na time nakita nga si Rizal, guilty siya o sentensya na siya og kamatayon. So, on December 28, 1896, General Polavega affirmed the death sentence and ordered their execution at 7 in the morning, December 30, 1896 at the Bagumbayan. So, gidala na si Rizal sa Bagumbayan para dito sentensya no dito siya patyon. So, a valiant march to Bagumbayan. So, kanina is Bagumbayan na ni mahitabo. On December 30, 1896, 8 Macabebes or Pampangueños, soldiers belonging to the 70th Regiment shot Jose Rizal to death at the Bagumbayan. Major Gomez Escalante, a Filipino officer, noted them. The 8 Filipino soldiers with Remingtons formed the firing squad. Behind them were 8 Spanish soldiers with Mosers, held as reserve and ready to shoot the Filipinos if they refuse to shoot Rizal. So if ever na dili nila barilon si Rizal, so sila po ang barilon. Mag-iana siya ng kuan. Jose Rizal refused to be shot in the back, to kneel or be blindfolded. He requested that his head would be spared, hence he was shot near his heart. So sa dapit sa heart siya gipusel. At exactly 7:30 a.m., December 30, 1896, Dr. Jose P. Rizal died at the age of 35. His martyrdom convinced the Filipinos that there was no alternative to independence from Spain but revolution. In August 1898, Rizal was able to get a permit from the American to exhume Jose Rizal's body. Rizal day of execution, December 30, had been made a national holiday by the American government. The earliest Rizal monument was established in the Camarines Norte. The monument was unveiled on December 30, 1898.
Rex?
Lotto winning. So, my insight for this is Dr. Jose Rizal and Francisco A. Calor won the second prize of 20,000, and Rizal shared his money to her father, and he gave out 2,000, and the 200 also he gave to her friend Basa from Hong Kong, and the rest of the money he invests 16 hectares agricultural lands owned by Lucia Tabugok and Juan Pagbangon. He was to build his own own home, school, hospital, and planted cacao, coffee, sugarcane, coconuts, and fruit trees. He also introduced modern agricultural methods to the Pitan farmers and imported agricultural machinery from the United States. Rizal also have 15 students, and the 15 students are all boys. He trained them how to connect specimens of plants and animals, to love work, and to behave like men. And also, let's proceed to scientific exploration. For my insight about that, in honor of Rizal for having discovered the first specimens, namely the Rhacopurus rizali, a rare frog. And then the next is Apogonis rizali, a small bottle, and Draco rizali, flying dragon, Spatsumelis rizali, a balsam fungus beetle, and Hydropsichi rizali, the type of caddisfly. He was also engaged with a certain civic project, such as the improvement of the Pitan Town Plaza and the construction of the water system for the town. Governor General Ramon Blanco, he visited Rizal in Dabitan in February 1894. During the meeting, Rizal requested that be allowed to open a farm colony in Sindagan. At July 14, 1892 to July 31, 1896, he stayed 4 years in Dapitan. During his lonely life as an exile and after the death of Leonora Rivera on August 28, 1893, Rizal found consolation in Josephine Bracken. The two happily live in Dapitan without the benefit of church-sanctioned marriage. And let's proceed to the Katipunan connection. The Katipunan connection is Dr. Pio Valenzuela arrived in Dapitan on June 21, 1893 to seek the support of Rizal for the Katipunan. Rizal believed that aim to Katipunan is the revolution. This is the early time the people were not ready and for the lack of arms and found. Rizal did not give his support for the movement. D.G. Arenas, the right book titled Silent Conspiracy Memoirs of Misunderstood Hero. Rizal wrote to Governor General Ramon Blanco on December 17, 1895 that volunteered his service as a doctor in Cuba. Governor Blanca arrived in Dapitan in July 1, 1896. It notified him of acceptance of his offer and at the same time to give Rizal a pass so that he would be given a self-conduct to Spanish and his medical operation in Cuba. Jose Rizal, Josephine, and Camisero left for Manila and arrived on August 6, 1896. Thank you.
On the retraction of controversy, Bernardo Nuzali, the Archbishop of Manila, sent several priests to persuade Rizal to retract Masonic beliefs. December 29, 1896, reportedly there was a retraction and also a controversy. The 3 points are: the first faction claimed that Rizal wrote down his retraction confessed. The second faction, in the other hand, argued that the retraction. Third faction explained that there was no retraction. They claimed that Rizal never apostatized and was never outside the fold of the church. In conclusion, there was no retraction happened, even if he declared that Josephine Bracken was his wife.
Is that all? Lang nabi mga pangutana.
Okay, Julie. John.
Sige, pangutana. Ay, by the way,
Pangutana.
Julie, unsa diay na-assign sa imo gani? Julie,
Sa
ang imong kuan unsa gi-topic nimo? Sa kay itong gi-topic?
bantog
Title,
lang.
I mean. Julie,
yes.
unsa tong imong mga gipang topic? I mean, ang ano lang katong sa taas ra, unsa ang kuan dito?
Title.
Oo, title.
Asa dapit ato.
Katuta na.
Una is Rizal's trial by Consejo de la Guerra.
Mm.
Anakuan is diri ato sentensyan si Rizal. Gikan ay niadto siya og Barcelona on September 3. Tapos libalik siya og Manila para questionon ang pag-participate niya sa revolution. Wag nagkuan siya ba para kanayang participation sa revolution.
Mm.
Tapos October 29, nibalik siya, ning arrive siya sa Singapore. Ug ni-detain siya order sa Spanish government. Ug na siya duha ka lawyers. Iyang mga lawyers is si Rodick and Davidson. Siya ni-arrive na po siya, nibalik siya sa Manila sa November 3, 1896 para magkuha og custody sa Fort Santiago. Nga mga Espanyol gusto makakuha og mga evidence against kay Rizal. So dito ang mga Filipinos ipangkulata, napilog kulata ang brother niya nga si Pasiano, i-tortured. On November 20, 1896, the Judge Advocate Francisco Olive E. Garcia, mo siya ang Judge Advocate para sa kaso ni Rizal. On November 21, 1896, the second day of his preliminary investigation, kaya ang mag-deny niya diri ang kailan niya si Andres Bonifacio. So Dominguez was given to Don Nicolas de la Peña, the judge advocate for general opinion. Si Rizal, gibutang mo siya sa prison. Nga, pero pabayaron siya og 1 million pesos. And then diri na po ay on December 10, 1896, the judicial authorities case be heard by the court-martial. Jose Rizal was accused of 3 crimes. Ikuanan siya og 3 ka crimes. Ang kanina mga crimes was rebellion, sedition, and illegal association. On December 26, 1896, the Consejo de la Guerra tried Jose Rizal. Porque try na nila nga si Jose Rizal na sala. In the afternoon of December 26, 1896, at Puertel de España, the court found Rizal guilty. So nasentensya na si Rizal og kung siya guilty siya ba ng ipangbuhat. Kailangan ko sila strong na ebidensya kaya ni-appeal jud siya sa revolution. So on December 28, 1896, General Pulavega affirmed the death sentence and ordered the execution at 7 in the morning, December 30, 1896 at the Bagumbayan. So dito siya barilon sa Bagumbayan. Isentensyahan siya dito kung patyon na siya. So the second kuan sa kungkuan, A Valiant March to Bagumbayan. Mo siyang second title.
Julie,
Ikuan pa ba nako ni?
ayaw na. Okay na.
Explain pa nako.
Okay na. Raising your hand.
Julie, di ba na-mention ni mo nga Jose Rizal kay nakakuha siya tulo ka crime. Ito nga tulo ka crime, iya to nabuhat gyud siya mismo or gikuan lang to sa mga kay Rizal para makasuhan siya.
Pag-prove pod niya, nag-appeal siya sa revolution. So mo nang matibay niya ebidensya para tagaan siya ato. Siguro wala to niya nagibuhat pero nailhan man nga nag-appeal siya na kuan sa mga Filipino. So itagaan nila pod siya ging ani nga sentensya.
So, itong tulok ka crime, bali, wala man to ay proof.
Wala jud kung nagibuhat. So kuan lang.
Kaya ito tulong nga crime, ihatag lang to sa iya para makulong siya or na siya yung mga matawag nga nabuhat. At
Oo.
Okay, wala na question. Wala na?
Wala ni Dani.
Okay, so
Namis.
John kay about na dong anong gipatay si Rizal na na kuanan ako nga na patay guro si Rizal at because kay nag-apel siya revolution, and then kito nga parts nga kitong tulo ka crimes nga nagikuanan sa iyaha gihatag nga wa niya gibuhat, maybe gihatag to sa iyaha para makulong siya or murag napoy kasuguro ang mga ano sa iyaha di mga
Mga sakim
Mga
ra jud
spon-
ang mga Espanyol.
Wala, bata pa jud kayo siya namatay, 35 years old lang.
gali no maybe kung sa bata ni Rizal kung napaguro siya yung mga gusto i-achieve para sa iyang life, but Spanish arrive in the Philippines, that's why si Rizal basta lang sala
Nakoy makanan nagbaril di ba daw siya sa likod? Nag-refuse man siya nga barilon siya sa likod.
Oo.
Yung siya sa head o sa gibaril siya sa sa heart. So atubang siya, di ba? Yun lang nako.
gusto din ni Rizal nga gusto na siya mamatay kay nagatubang man siya.
So, okay.
Julie,
Yes, Rex.
tama ba? Ito mga
Discussion
gituyo to
tayo.
ni Rizal kay it because na-mention ni mo nga nagatubang siya pag
Pag naman siya, wala na siya choice. Ano siya,
So-
barilon ko ninyo. Sa heart na lang banda.
okay.
Okay na?
Yes, miss.
Yes, opo, Kate Kyle.
Okay, so let's proceed to the summarization. Jose Rizal had a complicated life with lots of arguments and things he did to help. We talk about questions about whether he changed his mind, arguments about his trial, and the good things he did in the Pitan. His family's time in Hong Kong and the friends he made there are also important. Rizal's story shows how much he affected the Philippines and got people talking. In the end, his life proves how one person can make a big difference in a country by what they believe and do. Jose Rizal's later years were filled with many arguments, showing how much he cared about the Philippines. He lived a simple life in the Pitan, focusing on learning and helping people. Even though he was sent to the Pitan, he still had a big influence in the Philippines. He started a school for boys teaching subjects like math and science, helped sick people, and taught farmers new methods. He also worked on community projects like building water systems, and making plazas look nicer. He faced controversies for criticizing Spanish rule, is clashing with the Catholic Church, and pushing for better education. Even though he didn't directly support the Katipunan, his ideas inspired many members. One big debate was whether he give up his beliefs to marry Josephine Bracken. Some say he did, but others aren't sure. In conclusion, Rizal's legacy as a national hero and advocate for Filipino identity and independence continues to inspire people to fight for fairness, equalities, and progress. That's all. Thank you. Once again, we are the group 11.
Bye, guys.
Sige, thank you.